quarterback.
I'm going to be honest with you. I can't hear a word you're saying because now I prefer for you to communicate with me with a little bit.
Just
down.
I will do the rest of the podcast in my Billy Ocean voice. So that's going to get a little difficult, but
I'd prefer to hear it in your Aaron Neville voice.
oh man, that would be really good. Joe Hilton got fired from the Dolphins.
Hey, look at that. We are back. The Undrafted Free Agents Podcast on Twitter. Check us out, please, at UDFA Podcast. This is Rich. I'm Casey.
Yo.
Man, we missed a week.
Yeah, that was weird.
I missed you.
Aw, I missed you.
I know, right? We are brought to you by DynastySportsEmpire.com. It's fantasy sports.
Hey guys, whether it's NFL, NBA, NHL, or Major League Baseball, DynastySportsEmpire.com has you covered. Fantasy leagues, content, rankings, projections, and more. Visit them online at DynastySportsEmpire.com today.
Today? You want me to do it today?
Right now.
Okay, if I don't get a chance to, I can do it like weeks in advance, right?
No,
or
stop
weeks
the
later.
show, check it out.
Okay.
We'll continue
You
later.
can pause and then go.
Yeah.
This is the show, of course, where immaturity and pro football talk, they just get together and form. It's like a stew, if you would. Some kind of a porridge or a Brunswick stew. I got a friend that said that he's never had a Brunswick stew. Isn't that sad? A grown man has never had a Brunswick stew.
There's not a lot better than a good stew.
Yeah. One of my first jobs, I worked at a sort of a fast food restaurant, and they served Brunswick stew.
Stew
as
Hut.
a side, yeah.
IHOS.
It was not.
International House of Stew.
That does sound delicious.
Doesn't it, though?
You know, I haven't seen you in a week, and there's something that you owe me. Referring to the bet.
I don't know what you speak
A
of.
couple of weeks ago, we mentioned this. Our teams, the Panthers and the Bucks, played. And as we do every year, we have a little bet. And the loser, usually it's you, has to do something really embarrassing. This time, I asked you to come up with some kind of a song to write and perform a song. Have you,
Here's the
yes,
thing.
I'm ready.
Let me talk to you for a minute about this. I had to go to a deep, dark place in my mind and kind of really get into what it would be to be a Panther fan.
My mind
lives
lives in a deep, dark place, by the way.
I chose to write my Panthers tribute song.
Okay.
About a certain player.
Right.
A player that back in the 2012 draft, when the Bucks traded with the Jaguars down from 5 to 7, I just knew that the Bucks were going to draft. I mean, it was as plain as day. We were going to draft him. He was going to be a Buccaneer. And then we drafted Mark Barron. Who is now a St. Louis Ram.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, he's not a Buck.
He's not even a Buck anymore. So that's what I chose to write this song about.
So, real quick, do you want to talk about the game at all, or do you just want to do your...
Listen, it was 2 weeks ago. The Bucks have won since then. I'd like to forget about it.
Whoa, look at this. Jameis Winston just threw another interception.
No, he didn't throw any on Sunday. Shut your mouth.
He just threw another one somehow to Josh Norman. Hit him right in the numbers.
You know, I don't have to perform this song now. Like now I'm just a little upset.
I think you do. You're legally obligated. You mentioned it on the show, so...
Signed away one of my children if I didn't.
I'm gonna take a video.
Oh,
I'm gonna take.
Good. There's gonna be more proof of this.
I'm gonna take video. Are you ready to do it though?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we've got the music here.
All right.
Okay. We're gonna do this video. Oh boy.
Hope everybody's ready for this. All right. This one's for you, Panther Nation. He blazes by teams in Panthers black and blue. And all heads turn when he goes for the sack. In the blink of an eye, he'll knock you to the ground.
I love the guitar list.
He sacks the QB, but it makes me frown. Luke Kuechly, you are a tackling machine. If you were in Tampa, it'd be fun. But we drafted Mark Barron. That's what I got.
Well done. That is so good. Rich with the Undrafted Free Agents podcast. I like it. That was next level, my friend.
Listen, when I lose a bet, I know how to cash it in. That's all I'm saying.
That was really, really good. Billy Ocean, too.
Yeah.
Good selection.
Speaking of Billy Ocean, Joe Fieldman got fired. So we're setting up
this death match here.
Death match between Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera. Let's go over the tail of the tape real quick.
You're such a bunch of dorks.
This is fantastic,
so excited about this.
Everyone else is jumping up and down too. Can't you hear them? They're so excited. I mean, you've got 6'4", 246 pounds of Jack Del Rio from USC, third-round pick, taking on Ron Rivera, 6'3", 235 pounds from Cal, second-round pick. You got two West Coast guys, two guys pretty much around the same size.
Should we have shown more love to guys that played in the league that went undrafted, that were, if you will, undrafted free agents? I've got Sean Payton and Todd Bowles, a couple of those guys. I mean, neither one of them stood a chance, but I'm just saying,
No,
you're right.
No, I don't think we should.
As we have learned as the show goes on, undrafted free agents often do lose.
Yes. Case in point.
And end up doing a podcast.
Yeah. Casey, who do you got? Jack Del Rio, Ron Rivera.
I mean, I thought about this for much longer than I should have, but I've got Ron Rivera. I think his military background, this guy grew up on he's a military brat. I think the dude, they're really close in age. I just think the guy is, I think he wins a tough fight.
You know, we were talking earlier about the fact that the Harbaughs have the crazy factor going on.
That's true.
And Jack Del Rio has a great story about when he was a coach in Jacksonville, and he brought in a giant stump, and he brought in an axe. And so the whole point was, we're going to chop down the competition, okay? And he actually, one of his punters actually followed through a little too much and took out his own leg. And so earning him the nickname Lumberjack Del Rio.
I don't know this story.
This is crazy. And so you've also got a little bit of crazy on this guy's side. I'm going with Jack Del Rio.
Oh man, Rivera's a little subdued over there sometimes. You might be able to convince me.
Dude. I'm looking over at Crease, our producer over here, and he's kind of nodding at Jack Del Rio. So I don't know, but I'm leaning towards Jack Del Rio. Feel free, please, to hit us up on Twitter, your opinion as well here at UDFA Podcast between Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera. I'm leaning towards Jack Del Rio.
I want to see those guys wrestle though, because I'm picturing
I'm talking pro wrestling or collegiate, Olympic wrestling.
I'm talking Olympic Greco-Roman style
lockups,
wrestling,
point systems.
I think that would be pretty cool, because I'm just picturing, as we were talking about Bloodsport earlier, I'm just picturing both of those guys are, kind of the bigger Asian dude that he would just come and kind of hug people really tight, and that was his creative move. I'm just picturing a couple dudes like that, and that's not going to win the Kumite.
I'm imagining this more in pro wrestling, and so I'm seeing the referee gets knocked out, Jack Del Rio slides out of the ring, gets a steel chair. I'm still leaning towards Jack Del Rio here.
All right, so let's write this up, let's draw this up, and put it out there for folks to see. But I'm serious. I want folks to you fill it out, share it with anybody. If you've got a message board, if the mods will let you do that, share it on there, on Twitter. If a stranger on the street, just share it with them, because it's something to talk about NFL that's goofy, and it's the off season. So, and this is even dead for the dead period of the off season. This is when coaches take vacation.
Yeah, I mean, coaches are literally out right now, hanging out with their families. It's probably the last time they get to see them.
Unlike contractually obligated vacation.
Yeah, it's in their contract.
You have to do something. Yeah, why is it San Francisco? Are any of the guys that are, all over the country, do they not care about their health? Is it just... No, my point is there is something specifically in San Francisco that has to be going on. It's either Jim Tom Sula or,
Have you been to San Francisco?
I have.
It is lovely. There's chowder, there's trolleys. Maybe they just want to spend more time in the city.
I specifically remember, I was about 17 when I visited, and I remember the street performers. I wonder if that has it. Are these folks, are they finding some kind of good work? Because that's, better hours.
Okay.
Less contact.
Yes.
More creativity.
Obviously.
So maybe there's some kind of a deal where they're, hooking up with some of those folks.
I had a buddy.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying, do what you got to do.
I had a buddy. He hosted a morning show in San Francisco. it was really sad. His wife passed away. He was left with 3 daughters. And so he ended up kind of having his brother-in-law come live with him.
This is your buddy?
Yeah, he had a friend who was a comedian. He came and lived with him. And so they had, I guess the only term you say is like a full house of people, if you will, like living in this place. And so, they seemed to enjoy it.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a show on TGIF. I think maybe you're misremembering.
No, because it's a rare condition.
This day and age, to find any good... That's Family Matters.
Family Matters. That's the wrong one. It. No.
Okay, you are misremembering. But on a serious note, I really would like... I really did live in San Fran for a couple of years. It's difficult to talk about.
Whatever happened to predictability?
That's what it is.
Yes, okay.
But yes, now you realize that you were thinking about a television show, Full House.
Yes.
I really did live in San Francisco several years ago. It was a difficult time. I was going through a divorce, and my wife didn't want me to have a lot of time with the kids, and I just had to do whatever I could to be with my kids because I love them so much. So it was a difficult time, but I made things work, and here I am now.
What kind of measures did you go to see your kids?
Well, I think I cleaned houses, if I remember correctly, but you know what? You do what you got to do.
We're here to talk about football, right?
Right. Not about our time in San Francisco when you make some choices.
I left my heart there. It was really awkward.
Was that you?
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Casey Matthews has already out for the season for the Vikings. He got hurt, I think, getting ready for camp. Clay Matthews' brother, one of the many Matthews.
It wasn't a bowling injury?
It was not a bowling injury. There's a lot of Matthews in the NFL.
There are.
If you think about it. Eric and Corey never made it. But,
no. I don't know that they would have been outstanding football players.
I don't think Topanga would have been really supportive of Corey's football career either, but that's for another day.
What would Sean have gotten on not Sean, Eric, right? Eric was the big brother.
Oh, on the Wonderlick?
Yeah, on the Wonderlick. What would he have gotten on that?
Well, if Mr. Feeney would have tutored him, I think that he would have done a lot better, but...
We want to I had a list here of most punchable quarterbacks.
Most punchable quarterbacks.
With Geno getting punched out, and Cam got in a fight recently.
Yes.
Taking those two off, because those two have already been sort of attacked. I got to list the 5 most punchable quarterbacks.
I actually, too, have a list of 5 most punchable quarterbacks.
Let's hear what you got.
All right. Number 1.
We know this.
I'm ready.
Number 1 has to be Jay Cutler.
My number 1 is Jay Cutler.
Okay, yeah. That's the right answer.
Number 1 is Jay Cutler. Number 2, Matt Ryan.
I got him at 2. Gotta hate Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I can't stand the guy. Number 3, I've got Johnny Manziel.
Did you look at my list? I literally we're
Number 4, I have Tom Brady. Okay, we have the exact same list, folks, but hold on.
Number 5 is different?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Number 5, I'll put Jay Cutler again. I just really, I just feel like when he gets up, I just want to knock him right back down. So I know that that's cheating.
Number 5 is Vanderbilt, Jay Cutler.
Yeah. I feel like that might be cheating, but I also think it would be a lot of fun. So, but Casey, you're number 5.
I've got Colin Kaepernick.
You played by the rules. And so I don't, I think if I had to play by the rules, I might go with Alex Smith. You know why? I don't know. I just kind of...
Just because. Dude, you were bagging on that guy last week.
I know. I don't know what it is about Alex Smith.
You got a little something against him.
I don't know. I am completely indifferent to Alex Smith. I think
no, you're not. You're picking this guy a couple weeks in a row.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I am. Alex, I'm sorry, buddy.
Did you pick him in a fantasy league and he screwed you or something?
No. Who drafted Alex Smith?
Dude, you won a league with...
That's a good point.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Huge fan of Salute Your Shorts.
Absolutely. There's an episode of Salute Your Shorts, Capture the Flag. And,
I know it.
Donkey Lips cannot get through the tires. And that is that is ingrained in my mind from childhood, because so many of those Nickelodeon shows, as inaccurate as they were about growing up, they completely shaped a lot of my childhood experiences. I mean, it's absolutely crazy.
What was your favorite Nickelodeon show, though, of that era? We're talking maybe 1990 to, let's call it, do you say the whole decade, or you just say 90?
Well, really, for me, it was 88 to 95,
right.
Eras, kind of when I was watching. Doug is the number one Nickelodeon
No
show.
question.
Like, I don't
That's
even think this deserves to be
man.
argued. Because, like we've said before, Doug is real. Like, Doug is real life. It probably is the most accurate depiction.
I bet you Mr. Dink was a football player, too. Hello, Douglas.
Hello, Douglas. Mr. Dink was awesome.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Oh, Skeeter, Chalky.
Yeah.
You know, he got drafted.
Oh, yeah.
You know
absolutely.
Chalky
Yeah,
got
he was a
drafted.
quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Chalky was talented.
Yeah.
What else you got? Because that's the obvious best show.
I think that's,
Nickelodeon.
You know, I loved Hey Dude. I was a really big fan of that. Obviously, Salute Your Shorts, like we've been talking about. I know a big fan you were too. Double Dare.
Double Dare's such a good show. I still would love to be on Double Dare.
Yeah, Double Dare was great. Today's Special was a great show.
Today's Special.
Yeah, the mannequin freaked me out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My wife has a story about Today's Special when the mannequin like transforms.
It's freaky.
She would talk about running and hiding behind the couch, and
it's really, really
so it affected
scary.
you too.
Absolutely. Love those. Guts was a pretty cool show too. Yeah, because it was kind of like Gladiators, but
yeah,
like,
it was. It was
but
very
like
Gladiators,
possible.
but for kids.
You know, like oh wait a minute, I could do that.
That was a good show.
Yeah, those Nickelodeon shows were great. I was never a huge Rugrats fan. It was fine.
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy was so crazy, and that doesn't fit the Nickelodeon genre at all.
Ooh, Pete and Pete.
Pete and Pete
that was
cool.
a heck of a show.
Clarissa Explains It All. Are You Afraid of the
There
Dark?
you go. I first learned about Pearl Jam on Clarissa Explains It All.
Man,
I know.
I always like Sam would always, that's the whole problem with Clarissa Explains It All. That you got Sam who would climb into her window with that ladder.
Yeah.
Like if her dad ever came upstairs and saw that.
And anytime I try that, I get in trouble.
Yeah. Completely inaccurate.
Okay. I feel like this is a great opportunity for, because as we were talking about the SNL skit the other day.
Yes.
With the Adele skit. Look it up. It's hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious.
You're always going to have the people that want to talk about politics or religion or something like that at the table.
Like if Arian Foster's at your table.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I want Rex Ryan there too.
Yeah, because he's just going to say something wildly inappropriate.
You got to have Tebow.
Someone's got to pray. Someone's got to bless the meal. So it's got to be Tebow.
Do you invite Greg Hardy?
Well, I don't know. I think
that'd be entertaining.
Well,
that's a
maybe
little
for
uncomfortable.
the men.
I kind of feel like. I don't
think he needs to be there.
I think he's a little makes everybody too uncomfortable. I don't really believe that Jerry Jones likes him as a person.
I don't like when people have face paint at the Thanksgiving table.
Okay.
That's usually a thing that we try to stay away from.
Or crazy contacts.
Or guns just all over the furniture when you get there.
That is uncomfortable.
Happy Greg Hardy Christmas, everybody. For Thanksgiving. All right. I'm trying to think of some more NFL people that I would like at my table. And you know what? I think I'd like to have Eli Manning there.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Like, Eli never gets to sit at the big kids' table. Like at the Manning Thanksgiving. Like, they're sitting there and you got Archie and Olivia. You've got Peyton, Cooper.
I hope Cooper still bullies him.
Oh, of course. And like he just sits over there at the little table and he's just like, could someone pass the dressing? Shut up, Eli.
I've won 2 Super Bowls. Shut up.
Yeah, Peyton just hurls a gravy
Your
boat
name
at
is
him.
Elisha.
Shut it. Yeah, you have a horrible name.
I'm so sorry to cut you off. You mentioned hockey. It reminded my ADHD brain that I'm watching the Mighty Ducks the other day.
Okay.
I'm at home watching this.
We're back to 90s pop culture.
And another moment of all the time when I'm watching stuff like this, stuff will strike me and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm starting to think this is fiction. Gordon Bombay, when he plays for the Hawks, the big moment, he misses the shot. He misses the shot in the shootout, and that shot, the coach says,
it's up to you, Gordon.
Yeah, exactly. I do love
I do a good Coach Riley.
It's not worth winning if you can't win big. I like that one. But, it's up to you. You miss this. You're not just letting me down. You're letting your whole team down, too.
Yeah.
He goes out there. He blows it. He hits the post or whatever it is, and they lose.
Yes.
How many shots are in a shootout? How about the other kids that missed in this shootout? Is he going over screaming at them?
See, I don't know. Here's the only thing
Why
I'm thinking.
Why is that all on Bombay just because he was picked to shoot last?
Yeah, I also think that's bad strategy because a lot of
times
times
you put your best player first.
You got to put your best players first because if your bad ones miss early.
That's on you, Coach Riley.
What's his deal?
Is it Riley?
It is Coach Riley.
It's on you.
There's a lot of banners, though. All right, let's throw this out there too. Man, we're going to get off course. All right, so this hockey rink, it's got all these banners.
Yes, it is just
and it's all
wallpaper.
Hawks. It's all Hawks first place
championship
banners, except the one.
Right.
And it's remember he
wish
gets
you could take that one down.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't they have the first place banner of the team that won? Why do they have a second? Because
that's supposedly their rink. I don't know how things are in
Minnesota. There's
District
no way.
5. That's not District 5. But
it's probably like District 3. But you can't have your own rink, right? For every single team?
I guess they do.
Like, do they have 8 different hockey rinks in this area? Like, District 5 doesn't have their own rink.
Maybe
they
that's
play
just
in the Hawks rink.
That's just creative, like, video production. Because they didn't, if they would have panned a little bit to the right, you would have seen, like, the Cardinals or whoever it was that won that.
They got the flu. They couldn't play.
Who did win? I don't know who the Hornets. I don't know.
It's just funny to me that it's like
District 5.
If you're that one team that broke the streak of the Hawks, like you don't even have a first place banner. You just have to look at the Hawks' second place banner.
And why didn't District 5 have
respectful.
any kind of a name, a team name, at all? It's just there's the Hawks, there's the Hornets, the Cardinals,
like
and
at some point,
District 5.
Yeah, whoever started that team would have had to give them some sort of mascot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm starting to think? Like, people are listening to this, they've turned us off by now because they've realized that we've quit talking about football. Like, should we offer some sort of like UDFA insider? Like that you get like this amazing conversation like added on to the end of the podcast.
I don't think I want to know somebody that isn't this passionate about Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, like,
you can tune away. Find something else.
Maybe like once we start getting a little more free time again, maybe we can start doing some like random episodes in the middle of the week that we like discuss like 90 sports movies. I just feel like that would be a
free time. That's cute.
Yeah, wouldn't that be neat?
That's a concept.
Yeah.
First up, and talk about big quarterback drama in Washington. We've got RG3, not the starter. Kirk Cousins is getting the gig.
This isn't insanely surprising. I mean, you could kind of see it building to this over time. But what a fall from grace that Robert Griffin III has had, going from being your 2012 Rookie of the Year to now looking like it could be his last season in Washington, or he could be traded.
Oh, it's going to be the last year.
Yeah, I mean, when RG3 was drafted, Kirk Cousins was also picked. He was either picked in the 3rd or 4th round, too. And you just had to look and go, man, that's really close to be picking 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of something that Washington did back in 1993 when they drafted Heath Shuler and Gus Frerotte.
Go Vols.
Granted, yes, that was a 1st round, a 7th round pick. But it was one of those things where everyone kept saying, eventually Frerotte could end up overtaking Shuler. And that looks to be what's happened here in Washington with Kirk Cousins. Casey, your thoughts on Kirk Cousins starting quarterback?
I don't think it's that Kirk Cousins is necessarily like winning this job. He's going in like Russell Wilson and just surprising people and beating the folks that were dubbed the starter. I just think it is, man, RG3 is paper mache and he just isn't playing that well. And just, I don't know, like,
the thing about RG3 that made him so good in college was he has a pro-ready arm.
Yeah.
He's got great speed. He's got leadership qualities.
We've talked at length before about his deep ball.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But the problem is it's his read progressions.
Right.
He gets locked on to one guy, and it's not that...
And he can't move on.
Yeah, and the other thing is, let's say he does start... Like, if you look at film, he starts progressing through his reads, but he does it at a very slow pace.
Mm-hmm.
At this point in the NFL, when you're a quarterback... You always hear the term, like, the game starts to slow down.
Yeah.
And for him, I always feel like the game is speeding up.
I feel like he needs another second.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of time.
Yeah. Like, he looks frantic when he goes back, and he really does look like when I ask my wife, like, what do you want to do for dinner tonight? And it's like, like they're trying to like pick, and there's like 100 different restaurants going through their head and stuff. And then in the end, like, we just can't make a decision.
I've
like,
considered
that's RG3 in the back.
Opening a restaurant that's called, I don't know, what do you want?
Oh, that'd be good.
That way, anytime a man asks his wife, what does she want for dinner? We'll have an answer.
And you know what they have? Chicken salad croissants.
Delicious.
They always have chicken. I don't even have time to tell you what the deal with chicken salad is, but chicken salad croissants is what this place would serve.
Do you go chicken salad with grapes or no grapes?
Because I don't even know what all's in chicken. Like, you can make chicken salad with anything.
There's just a couple of ingredients that are necessary, and then it's just throw whatever you've got in there.
Like you can throw pickles in there.
If you put grapes,
gummy bears.
If you're going to put grapes in chicken salad that you're serving me, you're liable to get it thrown right back at you.
I don't want anyone serving me chicken salad, period. Like, that's my thing.
You don't want anything that has the word salad in it.
No, serve me some fried chicken. That's what we're talking about.
about this JPP thing. You know, we touched on it a little bit last week, but that was before we knew the guy's, hand looked like a freaking can of dog food.
Have you seen this picture, people? Like,
I know.
It is like Tales of the Crypt. Like,
that is exactly what it looks like.
It makes me not even want to watch fireworks. Like, it is straight up scary.
Yeah. So this guy is what is the final verdict? He's losing a finger.
They had to amputate his index finger, which by all reports apparently is like the most popular finger to lose.
Is that the case?
End. I don't know. Like they say, like I guess because you can still form, like people can't see this, but like I'm forming like a claw right now.
How do the other fingers feel though? Now that that's gotten out in the media. Oh, they're the least of the popular fingers to lose.
One of the people from our Dynasty Sports Empire podcast network, I think, had the best quote, and they said that if that hand can end up being a 4-fingered hand, then go science go. Yeah. Because that is straight up scary.
Would you not like to see some sort of like Luke Skywalker hand?
Oh, that would
put on him.
Yes.
I just feel like it looks when you could just see the bone. How did he just lose one finger?
I don't know.
And about that, what about C.J. Wilson? This guy did lose 2 fingers, and nobody cares at all about
C.J. If you're listening, buddy, we feel for you. I mean, as a Bucks fan,
I like C.J. Wilson. He went to East Carolina.
He apparently lost his index and his birdie finger.
Oh,
that is the official term for it.
That is the least popular. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know the popularity hierarchy of the fingers.
I guess if he gets angry, he'll have to use his other hand.
I mean, I don't know. Give the guy a hand. He goes all out with fireworks.
Oh, we're going to do that, are we? Are we going to do the... I'm sure you have like a whole list of them written down.
I'm just saying, JPP, his career was just blowing up.
Oh, no. You know what? You've probably got them... Just get them all out of the way. Just get them all out of the way.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah, what all do you got here?
All right, we got... things did get a little bit out of hand. Mm-hmm. People are all over Adam Schefter for reporting this. Real quick, touch on that. What do you think about, was this unethical or what? I guess, tweeting out the picture?
It's unethical for the hospital to leak the picture. That's my thing. Like, ESPN, they're just doing their job.
Yeah. I guess. I don't think unethical is the word. I think unnecessary might be the word. Why? Because if Schefter would have just said, "Hey, this is what happened," nobody would have said.
Was he the one that tweeted the picture?
It was Adam Schefter.
So, yeah.
But you know what people need to do is stop pointing fingers.
And we're back.
He's gonna this season have to rely on his right hand man.
Yes, that's a good one.
Here's the truth, though. Jokes about a guy losing his fingers, they're really underhanded.
I can almost hear the groans coming through.
We didn't need a palm reader to see that this was going to happen when you play with fireworks like this.
Hey, a stretch, but I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I feel like statistically he could have a single-digit year.
You got how many more you got here?
We got 2. One is a shout out to our friend Wes Murphy. He was in a music video for a band called Five Finger Death Punch. Now I was going to say JPP. He just lost his shot of ever being in the band. 5 Finger Death Punch.
He really had a good shot there.
And this is my last one. In Madden, when you've got all the
like the point system.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of them is hands, and I want to see what JPP's hands rating is going to be.
It's going to be cut in half. I have a feeling. Wow, I got one. Where's your hand?